Hey, how's it going? My name is Andy Monroe and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be walking you through what I think is the most important aspect of event marketing. Now, over the last 4.5, 5 years, I've been in the events industry, planning, managing, and coordinating events and experiences for coaches and consultants. We've done anything from multi-thousand person sold out sales conferences to very intimate, experiential 15 to 20 attendee retreats. And we have learned a lot about filling rooms and filling rooms with buyers. That being said, it definitely did not come naturally. We went through a lot of pain, a lot of iteration, a lot of learning, a lot of testing, and we finally came up with some strategies that helped us understand how to fill an event and how to fill an event with buyers. But luckily for you, you don't have to go through 4 to 5 years of pain and suffering to understand how to fill an event. All you have to do is just watch this 5 to 10 minute video, which I think seems pretty reasonable. So when I'm talking to my clients or other coaches and consultants that are struggling with filling their events, a lot of them are looking for a quick tool that will solve all their problems. What I'm looking for, some sort of Facebook ads trick, some sort of YouTube ads trick, some sort of like sneaky email campaign. That's an E, by the way. I'll fix that. Some sort of maybe agency or a team that can hire to just sell at their event for them, and they're just looking for some sort of button or some sort of software or some trick they can just turn on, and it's just going to sell tickets to their events. But that's just not how event marketing works, and that's just not how marketing in general works. You see, these things, the Facebook ads, the YouTube ads, the emails, the agencies, all of those things are just it's just fuel to the fire, or it's just a vehicle, a medium that you use to get your message in front of more people. However, if your systems are broken or your messaging is not optimized or you don't know how to speak to your ICP, you can spend as much money as you want on ads, but they're never going to work. And that's why not everybody can fill up their events. If it was as easy as just turning on a Facebook ads campaign and that was the secret to event marketing, then everybody would be hosting events, everybody would have full rooms, and I would not be making this video right now. However, it's much, much deeper than that. At the core of all of this, there's one thing that is a differentiator between empty rooms and full rooms when it comes to events. And that one thing is having a crystal clear understanding of who your attendee is. You need to understand your attendee, and you need to understand the person that you are serving with your event. Now, there's lots of things that you need to understand about your ICP and your attendee and your avatar. In fact, with our clients, we have a massive checklist that we have them go through every single time they're doing an event to gain a clear understanding of who their attendee is. However, I can really narrow it down to two things that are the most important aspects of your attendee that you need to understand. And the first is their current situation, so current sitch, mark out the line right here, and their desired outcome. So if you were to narrow it down to the two things about your attendee that you need to understand, it's their current situation and their desired outcome. So for example, let's say that you are hosting an event and you're teaching real estate flippers, home flippers, how to scale their business. And maybe their current situation is they are flipping 1 to 2 homes a year. They're making a decent amount of money off of it, but they want to scale. That being said, they have a really small team, maybe no team at all. They don't know how to scale, and they're kind of stuck in this hamster wheel of flipping houses, and they don't know how to get out of it, and it's a very painful situation. And their desired outcome is they're flipping 10 to 15 homes a year, but they're not doing more work than they are doing right now. They want to scale up their business, but not scale up their workload so they don't become a slave to their business. So however you want to communicate that in your messaging, that's their current situation or their desired outcome. You need to have an understanding of those two things if you want to be able to properly speak to your attendees. And the reason this is so important is because there is this space right here in between the current situation and the desired outcome. That is the gap. And your product, your offer, and in this case your event, should be positioned as the thing that closes the gap between their current situation and their desired outcome. That's what people buy. A mentor of mine once pointed this out to me a while back, and I just can't stop seeing the world through this paradigm. People buy things to close the gap. Even if it's as simple as buying a sandwich, your current situation is you're hungry, your desired outcome is you don't want to be hungry, you see a sandwich at the store, you buy that thing to close the gap. And people will be doing that with your event as well. Going back to the real estate flipping example, if somebody is stuck in that hamster wheel flipping 1 to 2 to 3 houses a year, and they want to get to that desired outcome of flipping 15 to 20, and they see your event, and they see you as the thing that's going to close that gap between their current situation and their desired outcome, they're going to buy from you. But the only way that you can actually pull that off is by having a crystal clear understanding of who your attendee is. and really understanding what their current situation is and what their desired outcome is, and also being able to communicate that to your attendees and to your potential attendees through the messaging of your marketing. I'll give you another example. An event we did a few years ago was called Fund Launch Live, one of the biggest conferences in the financial space. It was a sales conference, had around 2,000 people, and we had a really good understanding of the attendee for this event, and especially their current situation and their desired outcome. At the event, we were teaching people about funds, how to launch and scale a fund, and the current situation of the attendee is they were aware of a fund, maybe they were working in investment banking, maybe they were even starting a fund on their own, but they just couldn't do it because it was too confusing. Because in the world of funds, a lot of the information is very gatekept. A lot of people on Wall Street, you see them in like Wolf of Wall Street, you see all these movies about the fund managers, and you hear about all the super rich billionaires on Wall Street that know how to run funds, but that kind of information isn't really accessible to the general public, and there are people that want to go and break into that world and launch funds, but they just don't know how to. And that was the gap that we were closing. We were teaching people that wanted to start funds, we were teaching them how to launch funds and actually get a fund up and running and raise capital and make it a real business. And the reason we were able to sell so many tickets is because we had such a good understanding of who the attendee was. So if you were looking to get into the event space, or you're currently in the event space and you're having a hard time filling your events, or maybe you're filling your events with attendees but you're not filling them with buyers, go all the way back to step 0 and get a crystal clear understanding of who your attendee is and who you are trying to serve. And more importantly, understand what their current situation is, what their desired outcome is, and what that gap is, and how you can position your event to be the thing that fills that gap. All right, that's all I got for you today. Hopefully that was helpful. I know it was a short one, but if you are a coach or consultant that is looking to get into the event space, whether it's virtual and in person, or you're currently hosting events for your business but you're just not getting the results that you want, feel free to click the link down below in the description. I have a lot of free resources for you. And also, if you could hit the subscribe button and like this video, this is a new channel and that helps it get it out in front of more eyeballs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.